Today is a new day. Hi, I'm Ashley the Constant Wanderer, and today I'll be revisiting the Blue Mountains for the second time. Now, if you want to find out more about the Blue Mountains in general, then click here and check out part 1 of this series. After being there with my mum and Alipe at the beginning of my time in Jamaica, I knew I had to go back with Daniel. There's no way he could travel all the way to Jamaica and miss the Misty Blue. So we did. We revisited in week 8 or 9 of our trip, and we really got around and saw a lot of what the Blue Mountains had to offer. So the highlights for me, and what I'm going to talk about more in this vlog, are Strawberry Hill Hotel, the Craighton Coffee Estate, Cafe Blue, which is a favourite place of mine, and also the Rasta Village. So Strawberry Hill Hotel is owned by Chris Blackwell, who coincidentally founded Island Records. And it's always been like a mecca and a retreat for, you know, musicians and famous people and politicians. And if you can afford the $400 to $500 a night price tag for the rooms, then it's definitely the place to stay in the Blue Mountains. So we've come up to Strawberry Hill Hotel for the afternoon, just because I want to get a massage and gonna have some lunch up here. I've never been up here before, heard raving reviews about it. It's a really beautiful hotel. It's like one of the best hotels in Kingston, and it's lush. It is super lush up here. I'm at the pool, which overlooks the whole of Jamaica. I found the food there a little bit overpriced for what it was, and I guess I was a little bit disappointed. I felt like the real true flavours of Jamaica hadn't quite made it up the mountains and into the Strawberry Hill kitchen. It's still well worth it for the views from the restaurant alone. But you won't be able to use their pool unless you actually stay at the hotel, so just keep that in mind when you visit and you're sweating bollocks and you're not allowed to jump in the water, because yeah, I was a little bit offended by that. Next up, I want to talk about the Craighton Estate, and this is one of many coffee plantations in the Blue Mountain regions. As you can imagine, Blue Mountain coffee is some of the most famous and expensive coffee in the whole entire world. So there are a few plantations in this region. Let's just call it the Craighton Estate, and it has remnants, leftovers from the colonial era in the main house, which you are free to go and explore. If you want to do a tour there, then you do have to pay. They're really good. They tell you about the history of their coffee, they tell you about the coffee bean and the process of extracting all that flavour, and how they vet Blue Mountain coffee categories from other lesser beans. I'm not a massive fan of coffee myself because I find it a bit bitter, but I did push up the boat and taste some black Blue Mountain coffee, and it was actually kind of delicious. So after learning about all this coffee stuff in the main house, Dan and I had a chance to go and wander up into the coffee plantation. It's definitely one of the highlights for me, because at the top of this coffee trail was a platform that again had spectacular views over Jamaica. You can of course buy Blue Mountain coffee from Craighton Estate, and yeah, we came home with some lovely gift packs. You can buy it roasted and unroasted depending on your preference. The next highlight of the trip for me was visiting the Rasta Village. Now this is a trek. It's not for the faint-hearted. I'm sweating my tits off right now. Oh, and you've still got some orange on your face. So we are still in the Blue Mountains, and we've just walked about an hour uphill to some stairs. Stairs that look like rocks and tree roots, not like actual stairs. And we're going up 360 of those roots / rocks to get to the Rasta Village. So we're currently this high. The path is literally very narrow and very thin. It's me, Dan, Tommy and Lanray. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
We are making a pilgrimage up to the Rasta Village. She thinks it's hilarious. She's been laughing at us all the way because we're sweating bricks, and she's just being carried along. It's raining a little bit up here, so having to put the hat on. But yeah, it's really surreal. We're kind of in the clouds, and I definitely think that this is the most physical exercise I've had in a long time. It's really important to stay hydrated when you're making that march up to the Rasta Village. Drink loads of water, especially if you've got the babe on you. You know, it gets really hot. Make sure you top her up with loads of water as well. We found the oranges from a roadside veg stall were the perfect snack to have halfway up the march to the Rasta Village. The Rastas are very keen to tell you about their Ital lifestyle. We went up on a Saturday, which is their Sabbath, and so we had kind of a unique opportunity to see one of their drum circles. As you can hear, there are no drums because by some juju magic, Daniel's camera suddenly stopped recording sound while we were in there. So I've got this amazing footage of these drummers drumming hard at work, but sorry guys, can't hear a single thing, gutted, right? The last place that I wanted to say to you guys is, of course, Cafe Blue. And I know I mentioned it in part 1, but I just wanted to mention it again because it's definitely worth a visit. It's cafe/restaurant serving some of that excellent Blue Mountain coffee. I'm quite the connoisseur now, don't you know? And the food is great, and the people are really good. I think it's somewhere that you can go and you're almost guaranteed to meet a kooky character. That's it guys, that's my time in the Blue Mountains. I hope you get a chance to go there, it's magical. To keep in the loop with all the things the constant wanderer is wondering about, hit subscribe. For hacks on travelling with a baby, or for a bit of insight into Jamaica and many more destinations. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you next time.